Hello YouTube, I'm back again to talk about SpongeBob, and this time I am going to discuss the new SpongeBob special, Snow Yellow and the Seven Jellies, which is a parody of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the famous fairy tale, which I adore. So when I heard that they were doing this special, I was over the moon, ecstatic, thrilled. I love a good fairy tale. I love SpongeBob, so this is just what I needed. Diving right into it, we are shown Hans, the hand of SpongeBob, and Hans is going to read us the fairy tale of Snow Yellow and the Seven Jellies. That was a fun way to start it off, getting us in that fairy tale storybook vibe. Instead of Princess Snow White, we are introduced to SpongeBob as Snow Yellow, the prince who lives with the queen, the evil queen, Karen. Queen Karen, I'll just say it now, was absolutely the standout of this special, and wow, I would love to see them do all the fairy tales and let Karen play the evil villain in all of them, because she really made the most of this 20 minutes. Snow Yellow is going around town handing out precious jewels to everybody, showing himself to be a very generous prince. And I also have to say, I loved the Snow Yellow outfit. It was a nice spin on it to still be very much inspired by Snow White, but they made it very princely. It is a little sad that we couldn't just get like Princess SpongeBob, but it was fun. It was a nice little twist. We then get Snow Yellow performing a duet with his reflection in the wishing well, and this is when I was really sold on the special, because I just thought this was such a fun, wacky scene, and the vocals were vocaling, okay? But Queen Karen wasn't having it. She shut that song down. I loved that she threw down a frozen glass slipper. Oh my gosh. I gotta see the Cinderella. I gotta see SpongeBob do Cinderella, please. Give it to me. But Queen Karen was so upset because Snow Yellow interrupted her morning update. Upon seeing Snow Yellow, Queen Karen notices that Snow Yellow is more square than she is. So she goes to her mirror. The mirror is Plankton. Wow, what a great choice. And she's all, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the squarest of them all? This special is fighting over who is more square. That's iconic. What a great choice. I was living for it. Like, that is so wacky, but yeah, I guess they're both square characters, so hey, it checks out. I guess square is a sign of status in this world. I don't know, I was cracking up every time they made reference to having a square off. Like, oh my gosh, this is what we're doing this special. Amazing. So Magic Mirror Plankton tells Karen that she is not the squarest of them all and that it is actually Snow Yellow. So Karen concocts her plan to unsquare SpongeBob, Snow Yellow, whatever. I'm not doing this whole video. Whatever comes out, you know. So Queen Karen, she is concocting a plan to de-square Snow Yellow, and she calls in the Huntsman to take care of that for her. And the Huntsman is Bubble Bass, and this is where my fun started to go away, because I do not enjoy Bubble Bass. Oh, we're really doing Bubble Bass in this special. Okay.
Okay.
So all those pieces are in place. Then we skip to Snow Yellow in the forest, connecting with the animals, having a grand old time. You know the story. Bubble Bass, as the Huntsman, is trying to keep up, but of course we got to get a fat joke in there because this is Bubble Bass. We got to talk about how unathletic, unskilled, lazy. That's the case with Bubble Bass. So we get those jokes in. Snow Yellow eventually notices that Huntsman Bubble Bass can't keep up, offers him a Krabby Patty, and he's immediately won over by Snow Yellow. It's like, oh, I can't kill you. I didn't care for this part. I'm just Bubble Bass humor. Too much. I am overdosed on bubble baths at this point in SpongeBob. I've had enough. So Snow Yellow runs off, isn't gonna go back to the castle now. He races through the woods, comes across a Jellyfish Dome, and of course that's where our 7 jellies are. He goes in and gets to cleaning while they're not there and they're off at the mines. Snow Yellow gets stuck in the jellyfish jelly and just takes a nap in the house. Like, okay.
Okay.
It wasn't the funniest part. By this point in the special, I was a little like, oh, okay, we're just trying to get to the jellyfish at this point. This is too funny right now. But after that, we do flash to the jellyfish themselves, and it's a wide variety of SpongeBob characters. And they're mining. Their day at the jelly mines is over, so they're heading back. And the characters we have here are Patrick, Sandy, Squidward, Mr. Krabs, Gary, Mrs. Puff. And then we also have Grandpat, which is a very weird choice. I enjoy the Patrick Star Show. I'm actually going back and watching that right now because I didn't enjoy the first half of it, but then I saw a few reruns and I was like, okay, the show's worth revisiting, and I'm really enjoying that right now. Just a little sidebar. But Grandpat in a SpongeBob special, not doing it for me, especially when this whole special there is a big omission of Pearl. Why isn't Pearl here? Why wasn't Pearl the 7th jellyfish? I kept waiting for Pearl to appear in this special in some form, but she never did. And I think she should have had Grandpat's spot. He didn't bring much comedic-wise to this special. I think they could have easily cut it, and they could have done a giant jellyfish joke with Pearl, since they love to always joke about how Pearl's bigger than everybody else. Like, I don't know, missed opportunity here. And if she couldn't be one of the jellyfish, she could have been the Huntsman instead of Bubble Bass. I don't know. I was sad to not see Pearl here after I feel like she just had a great appearance in Creepaway Camp. I'd like to utilize Pearl more. I think she should be in every special if we're doing the whole wide cast. But back to Grandpat, just don't. We don't need all this show crossover. Like, here and there it's fine, but it was unnecessary here. Let the shows stand on their own a little bit, at least. Especially when it comes at the expense of Pearl. If Pearl was in the special, I would have been fine with Grandpat, but just, he didn't fit. I don't know. Well, back to the special, the jellyfish return home. They find Snow Yellow. They're a little startled at first, but Snow Yellow wins them over quickly. It was pretty fun. Snow Yellow goes through and guesses all of their names, gets them all right. I don't care enough to remember all 7 of the names. They weren't that exciting, but I did find it funny that Gary was just still Gary. We then go back to the Huntsman Bubble Bass, going back to Queen Karen, trying to lie to her. Magic Mirror Plankton snitches, and Bubble Bass gets sent down to the crocodiles, and this made having to suffer through those earlier Bubble Bass scenes worth it, because I enjoy seeing Bubble Bass suffer a little bit. I prefer he wasn't here at all, but if you're gonna bring him, hey, he got to be the one character who didn't make it through the special, so. Queen Karen realizes if you want something right, you gotta do it yourself. So she concocts her a little chum ball, coats it in candy, and she puts on a witch's costume. She's on her way to go feed Snow Yellow this poisoned chum ball. We go back to Snow Yellow at the house. The jellyfish are gonna leave for the day. Snow Yellow is gonna make them jelly patties. Cute. And Queen Karen comes pretty much immediately, tries to poison him, and Snow Yellow's like, oh, I don't want to eat chum. But Queen Karen puts up such a fight where Snow Yellow, just being so kind and lovely, just has to take a bite and of course gets poisoned. And I thought it was so funny how Snow Yellow just became a regular sponge. Like, it cracked me up. It was so just bizarre. I thought they were just gonna have Snow Yellow go to sleep, but this was infinitely funnier. A great choice. They called it a dehydrated sleep. So, okay, noted. Put a pin in that. Patrick forgot his pickaxe at the house, so he comes back, he finds everything. Karen gets so startled, she loses her disguise, and Patrick calls all the other jellyfish. They chase after Karen. There was a funny bit in there where Patrick ate all the jelly patties that Snow Yellow prepared, so I thought that was funny. But we get all the jellyfish chasing after Queen Karen, chasing her through the castle. I thought that was a pretty fun scene. When they make it back to the castle, we go to the magic mirror, and the magic mirror just hops up, gets on his feet, and walks out. That just really was hilarious. Plankton as the magic mirror was also a highlight of this special. Not as big of a role as Queen Karen, the standout, but I just loved all the little bits with Plankton. Queen Karen gets them to the roof where it's raining, so I'm thinking, oh, SpongeBob's gonna be rehydrated by the rain. Okay. And then we get Karen, she pulls a big stone out, she's gonna smash all the jellies, but they get at her with screwdrivers and undo all her parts. And that's how we get the downfall of Queen Karen. And the stone actually launches, we see it launches onto Plankton, who was out running. And oh, 7 years of bad luck. I just got a good little cackle out of that bit. So Queen Karen's defeated. They rush back to Snow Yellow, who's still dehydrated. Okay.
Okay.
This is where I put the pin in, because why do we have the rain and that not rehydrate Snow Yellow? They should have made a bigger point about how he'll only be woken up by love. I don't think they made that as apparent, but I was able to pick up on it, of course, because we get all the jellyfish crying, and that's what rehydrates SpongeBob and brings him back. And it was a cute moment, but I was very thrown off by the rain not rehydrating Snow Yellow. We then get everybody from the special back, and they're all celebrating. We see even Karen and all her bits and pieces. She's there for the celebration too. Hey, now that she's not the squarest of them all and she's a pile of computer scraps, she seems pretty happy. So happy ending for everybody. But yeah, overall, I thought this special was very fun. It had a few little things that weren't quite my favorite, but I would definitely watch this special again. I wouldn't change the channel if it came on. They could have worked out a few other things in this special to just make it that much better. I would like to see them continue doing these fairy tale specials. I think they could really have something here. I think, hey, instead of making SpongeBob a prince, let's give Pearl her time. Let her be Cinderella. Like, let's switch it up a little bit. I want to see what they do, but I love a good SpongeBob special. If we get any others, you know I'll be here. So until next time, bye.